I didn't expect the river to change my life. I didn't expect her to either. When she whispered those words, my body reacted before my mind could catch up. "Will you stay while I undress?" Time slowed, not in a dramatic way, in a quiet, terrifying way. I stood there, soaked to the bone, my heart pounding so hard it hurt. I just pulled her from the river. Her lips were still pale, her hands were shaking. This wasn't desire, not yet. It was vulnerability standing too close to fear. "I'm not," I started, then stopped, because what I really meant was, "I'm not ready for what this might become." She saw it on my face, the hesitation, the decency, the distance I was trying to keep. "I don't want to be alone," she said softly, "just for a minute." So I stayed, eyes on the wall, hands clenched, breathing slow. And that was the moment my life quietly tilted in a direction I never planned. My name is Daniel. I'm 36, a single dad to a 9-year-old boy named Noah. He's my whole world, the reason I wake up tired and keep going anyway. I work 2 jobs, mornings at a small cafe near the station, evenings doing maintenance work, fixing things people don't want to fix themselves, leaky taps, broken cabinets, fences leaning like they've given up. My wife left when Noah was 2. No drama, just a note, and a silence that took years to learn how to live with. Claire was nothing like me. At least that's what I thought at first. She was 50, a CEO, the kind of woman whose name appeared in articles and business panels. Sharp suits, controlled smile, always surrounded by people, yet somehow distant. She lived alone in the modern house near the river, glass walls, minimal furniture, too quiet for my taste. I'd seen her around, everyone had, but I'd never spoken to her before that day, the day she fell. She told me later it wasn't dramatic, no jump, no dark thoughts, just a slip, a bad step on wet stones. The river didn't care who she was, neither did I. I didn't think, I just ran. After that first afternoon, I told myself we'd never meet again. Different worlds, different risks. But she found me. The next week, she came into the cafe during my morning shift, sat at the counter, ordered tea instead of coffee. "You don't remember me," she said. I did, of course I did, but I let her have the moment. She smiled, not the practiced one, a real one. "I wanted to say thank you," she said. "I didn't get to. Everything happened too fast." I nodded, told her she didn't owe me anything. She looked at my hands, the calluses, the small scar near my thumb. "You have a son," she said suddenly. I blinked. "How did—" She said, "You checked your phone while we were waiting for the ambulance. There was a picture. He was smiling." Something tightened in my chest, protective, instinctive. "His name is Noah," I said. She remembered. That should have been it. A polite conversation, 2 lives brushing past each other. But then she came back the next day, and the next. Always tea, always the same seat. We talked about small things, weather, books, her dislike of crowded meetings, my dislike of being late for school pickup. She never mentioned the river, not once. I didn't realize how much that mattered until later. One evening, she asked if I could fix a loose cabinet in her kitchen. Paid work, professional. I told myself it was fine. Her house felt colder than it looked, clean, almost empty. I fixed the cabinet. She watched from the doorway, arms folded, barefoot on the tile. "You don't talk much about yourself," she said. "There's not much to tell." "That's rarely true," she replied. She poured us both water, sat on the counter instead of one of the chairs. "I built my life around control, schedules, decisions, results." I waited. "The river took that away," she continued. "For a few minutes, I couldn't control anything." I thought of her shaking, of how small she'd looked wrapped in my jacket. "I don't like needing people," she said, "but I needed you." The words landed heavy, not romantic, just honest. After that, we slowed down, or tried to. She didn't text often, neither did I, but when we talked, it mattered. She met Noah by accident at the park. I panicked, prepared myself for awkwardness. Instead, she sat on the bench and asked him about his football boots, listened like it was the most important conversation in the world. Later, Noah said, "She's nice, but sad." That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about the bathroom, about her voice, about the trust in that moment. Weeks passed. Then came the evening everything cracked open. A storm rolled in, hard rain, power flickering. She showed up at my door, soaked again, but not scared this time, just tired. "I don't want to be alone tonight," she said. I hesitated, thought of Noah asleep upstairs, thought of boundaries, thought of consequences. "I can make the sofa," she hesitated. She shook her head. "That's not what I meant." Silence stretched between us, heavy, dangerous. "I'm not wanting to cross a line," I said quietly. "Not if this is just—" "It's not," she interrupted. Her voice trembled. "It hasn't been for a while." I stepped back. Space, safety. She followed me inside. The electricity went out completely. Only the sound of rain on the windows. She stood close, not touching. "Will you stay while I undress?" she whispered. Not seductive, vulnerable. I froze. I thought of Noah, of trust, of the kind of man I wanted to be. "I'll stay," I said, "but I won't look." She nodded, relief washing over her face. I faced the wall again, listened, breathing steady. When she finished, she touched my arm, light, questioning. I turned then, slowly. She was wrapped in one of my shirts, too big, soft. That's when it hit me. This wasn't about desire. It was about choosing to stay. The struggle came after. People talked. Her board noticed. My friends warned me. "You're going to get hurt," they said. "She'll leave." I believed them, some days more than others. When Noah got sick, really sick, she was there. Hospitals, paperwork, long nights. She never tried to replace anyone, never overstepped, just stayed. The climax wasn't dramatic, no shouting, no grand gestures. It was a quiet night months later, Noah asleep, Claire sitting beside me on the couch. "I'm scared," she admitted, "of building something real." "So am I," I said. "But I'm more scared of losing this," she whispered. I took her hand. "I'm not sleeping on the sofa," I said softly. She laughed, cried, rested her head on my shoulder. The ending isn't perfect. Life rarely is. But some nights when the house is quiet and the rain hits the windows, she squeezes my hand and says, "Thank you for staying." And I know I always will. If you liked this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Thanks.